Peter with Geeks Trucking. About 40, 50 miles to Chicago is where I'm at on the I-80 going to Fall River, Massachusetts. So, what I want to do this video about is go over what I think you need to know. Go over a whole bunch of different things about companies and what to look for when changing companies and miscellaneous things. First off, I've never been a company driver. Always been in a rider lease for the most part. That's the bare minimum requirement for me is a rider lease. A lot of people say that's the wrong way of going about it because you're paying for someone else's truck and all that crap that they come out of their mouths. But as a company driver, you're paying for their trucks anyway. So what the hell is the damn difference? Except you make more money doing what I'm doing. Over 3 years on the road now. Over 400,000 miles underneath my belt. It's just another day in the office, pretty much now. Still love what I do. But people ask me, how do you find these companies that you work for? Well, honestly, Facebook, Craigslist, wherever. And in the 3 years that I've been doing this, I've learned a lot when it comes to rider leases. I learned a lot about companies. I learned a lot about how scummy the trucking industry really is as far as companies and brokers are concerned. Now I'm self-dispatched, which is the first time 100% self-dispatched since I've been in the trucking industry. And I enjoy it. Now, I get to decide where I go, what I do. Get to go to any part of the country I decide I want to go to. Rates haven't dropped as yet, not as much as normal pre-COVID. I don't think the rates are going to drop all that much personally because all these mega carriers and bigger companies have raised the rates. So they're not going to go and tell all their employees, hey, look, COVID's over, or rates have dropped, so we're cutting your pay back to pre-COVID levels. They lose all their drivers. So there you go. So I don't think the rates are going to drop. Well, they will drop, but not as much as a lot of people think they're going to. Especially with the price of fuel going up and inflation. Nope, I don't think it's going to drop all that much. But anyways, back to companies. So you're looking for a new company. You got to decide. There's so many options out there. Do you want local, regional, OTR? Do you want to be a company driver? Do you want to do a lease purchase? Or do you want to do what I'm doing right now, which is just a rider lease? Now, yes, with the rider lease, I am paying more weekly. Absolutely. There is no doubt about it. I am paying more than if I would have bought the truck outright. But if the truck breaks down, they give me another truck. And any owner-op knows any downtime is money out of your pocket. So I've heard stories, I've talked to people whose trucks broke down and they were out of work for 3 weeks to a month. So how much money did they really save overall for if they're down 2 weeks? 2 weeks could be as easy as $20,000 gross per week, 40,000 gross, and whatever your percentage is. Take home. And is that really that much of a savings than paying $120 to $150 a week more for a rider truck? No, because if my truck breaks down, they get me another truck if they can't fix it within a reasonable amount of time. All my tires are included, so if I blow a tire, I don't have to pay for it. True owner op, yep, you got to pay for your own tires. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. So, I mean, there's just pluses and there's minuses. I like the freedom that I have versus a company driver. I probably get fired as a company driver now because I've always been a lease op, always doing what I want to do. If I don't want to load, I don't take the load. No one can force me to take the load. I don't go to areas I don't like. I go to areas where a lot of people don't want to go, like, I don't know, going from the East Coast, driving I-90 or I-80 all the way to Washington in the middle of winter, going to Chicago in the middle of winter, Michigan, Detroit, Wisconsin, Minnesota. The I-90 and I-90 corridor, 94 corridors are my preferred roads. I will go on I-80. I hate frickin' Wyoming, but I will go on I-80 if the load pays well. But, so what do you want to ask when looking for these companies? One, where are you based out of? I will, because of my last company, I will never work for another company out of Illinois. I will never work for a Western or Eastern European company ever again. That's a definite. Just because of a bad experience. Not saying that they're all bad. I'm not saying that all the companies are bad by any means. I'm just not willing to go and find out myself. Also, when it comes to owner ops, rider lease, one of the most important questions you can ask any of these damn companies out here: will I get the real rate con, the original rate con from the broker, emailed directly from the broker as a carbon copy to me? If they say no, that is a big red flag. Because then you got to take that company's word and hope that they're giving you the real pay. And they will give you all sorts of bullshit reasons. Oh, brokers don't like talking to drivers. Actually, in my experience, that's crap. Oh, brokers don't, it's in our contract that only we can get the rate con and no one else. That's a bunch of crap, too. That's a crap that Spot Edge was pulling with me, and they still pull. And I know this because I talk to drivers that are still over there. So, yeah. Fuel surcharge. Do I get it? Oh, no one gets fuel surcharges. Well, that's a red flag too. Fuel discounts. Do I get fuel discounts? Or must I only fuel at these places? Like Spot Edge told me, I could only fuel at Flying J and Pilot, but I didn't get no fuel surcharge. Or I didn't get the 50 plus cents a gallon discount. Why? They kept it. Those are red flags, especially the rate cons. The rate cons, the biggest red flag that a company could skim off of you. In other words, they get you a load because they won't let you self-dispatch. And they call you up and say, 600 miles for $2,400. That sounds great. Awesome. But the load could be paying $3,000. You have no way to verify that unless you get a DAP board. But even if you do get the DAP board, they're still not going to... They'll give you all sorts of reasons why they can't deal with a broker. One load I found with Spot Edge paid really well back then. I don't remember exactly what it paid. It's been so long, but it paid really well. And I sent them a copy of it. Their immediate response was, they're a scummy broker. They scam people, so no, we can't book that. Well, it was priority one. And there's nothing wrong with the broker priority one. I do loads even now for them. I'm sorry, it's just things like that. Or I found another load I wanted and went to California. I paid really well for where I was at. I sent that load, they're like, came back, oh no, it's 12 drops. And I was like, oh hell no, I ain't doing no 12 drops, just like any other driver out there. But I called them myself, and it was a TQL load. It was 2 drops, Bakerfield and then LA. And I would be empty Monday morning on LA. That is a perfect run if you're trying to get to LA, to get one of those loads out of LA. So these are just things that trust but verify. They don't give you the rate cons, you can't verify it. Sorry, that's just how it is. Companies that don't give you rate cons, I would never work for ever again. It's companies like Spot Edge where nope, you can't do it. Nope, you can't call the brokers. Nope, you can't negotiate yourself. Nope, 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 nope. Every no that they tell you is a red flag, people. Every single no. Oh, they'll promise you the world. Oh, you'll make $2,500 a week to $3,000 a week. And that is true. I did make that. Absolutely. But in truth, I probably should have been making $5,000 or $6,000 a week. But I have no way, at that time, I had no way to verify that. When I finally caught on, I started calling the brokers myself and getting copies of the rate cons myself. And I verified that the rates that they were giving me were different. Not saying that they do that now. Don't know if they do that now. Don't care if they do it now. But when I was working for them, that's what they did. So, and I can verify that. I got rate cons that prove it. I saved every single form of documentation, text message, with every company I have ever worked. I got 3 years of text messages and 3 years of emails from every single company I have ever worked for. Because you got to CYA, cover your ass, people out here, and you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, just like Kenny Rogers said. I mean, but still, I think again, lease operator, rider operator is the only way to go. It really is. It lets you have control of your own destiny. If you want to buy a truck, buy a truck. I would never tell a person not to buy a truck. I personally think being a company driver is the absolute worst thing, especially local, because local doesn't pay in my book. But being able to sit there and decide where you want to go, do what you want to do, stop when you want to stop, go sightsee like I started Mount Rushmore when you want to. That is all awesome. It's freedom, and that's I couldn't even fathom being a company driver now. Oh, go pick this load up in the Bronx and take it to Compton. Now I've been to Compton. I'll go to Compton again. go to downtown Chicago. Nope, not me, not anymore. Not gonna do it. Don't have to do it, not gonna do it. Not unless it pays out of this world for the hassle and the headaches. I sure hell won't do it for 70 cents a mile. I sure hell won't do it for 80 cents a mile, or even $1 a mile. Right now, profit margin wise, I'm averaging 275 a mile, profit wise. So, I mean, it's, it is what it is. I mean, I'm not going to knock anybody who works local. I'm not going to knock anybody who works regional. That's their choice. I just choose to do over the road. I'm a nomad. I'm a gypsy. I love seeing the United States. Love going random places I haven't been in a very long time. I can't say, I don't think there's too many places in the United States I haven't been to yet. So, I've been to more places in the United States than I haven't been. So, yeah, and that's another thing too. As a company driver, most companies tell you what routes to take, where to fuel, how to fuel, how much to fuel. I like taking the back roads, and I like fueling where I fuel. I don't even worry about fuel price anymore. Don't even care. It is what it is. I get fuel, I get fuel. I'm not going to put in 20 gallons in Illinois and then drive to, I don't know, Kansas, and put in 25, 30 gallons there, and then wait until I get to Texas to fill up. I don't do that. I just fill up where I fill up and be done with it. That's, again, part of the freedom of doing what I'm doing. So, I know I've been all over the place. I'm sure there's things that I've forgotten. Oh, yeah, another thing. When you talk to these companies, any companies at all, ask them for the MC number you are going to run under. And that's very important, because a lot of these companies have 2 or 3 or 4 different authorities, 5 different authorities, and you ask them for an MC number, they're going to give you the best safety rating MC number they have. No, you want to make sure that you get the MC number of the company you're running under, so that you can go to Google and type in FMCSA Company CSA, and then you'll click the link and put in the MC number, and you can see their safety ratings. Now, if their safety rating is all above national average, for example, if the national average for truck out of service is 20% and the company's at 21 or higher percent, I wouldn't work for them. That means you're going to get pulled into wait stations more often. If driver out of service, let's say, is 5% and they are 5.1% or higher, I ain't going to work for them. Why? Because you're going to get pulled in more, and I hate wait stations. So always check the company's safety ratings. I can't wait to see Spot Ed safety rating next time, because they just had a truck roll. So I just can't wait to see what their safety rating is going to be. Right in Arizona, yep, they rolled a truck. So thank goodness no one was seriously or permanently injured or dead, but it is what it is. I mean, so always check their safety ratings. Bad safety ratings mean bad trucks, bad people, more headaches, more hassles, more annoyances, more wait stations, harder being looked at your logs, and all that good crap. So, right or lease, yes. Ask them your fixed costs, yes. Ask them if you can dispatch yourself, yes. Ask them for rate, if you can get the original rate cards, yes. Safety rating is a priority, yes. So, These are all important questions. And it will take time, people. And if you can find a company and you can actually call the owner, I suggest you do that. And ask the owner these questions. Explain to the owner where you're coming from and everything else. The company I work for now, awesome company. But before I came over here, I think it was like a 2-hour conversation with the owner. Because where I came from Spot Edge. I wanted to make sure I didn't get myself in a situation like I did with the crap company Spot Edge. So there you go. But anyways, y'all have a great day. Send me an email at peter@geekslogic.com. And if you have any questions or anything like that, and I can give you a call back. Just send me your name, number, and a good time to call you, roughly, because I run around the clock. I never know if I'm running days, running nights. You know how all that is. So, but anyways, y'all have a great day. Thank you for watching. Y'all be safe out there. Have a good night.